Hello, CIS 114 students. Today we want to talk about Module 4, which is about operating systems and file management. And regarding operating systems, and there are different types, and you have been familiar, almost all students, with Windows operating system, and some of you are familiar with other operating systems. And we first you hear about system software. This system software might be a regular operating system or utilities. We will talk about them. Operating system, the way to look at the operating system is a program that allows your computer to operate. If you don't have Windows installed on your computer, how are you going to turn on your computer? How are you going to get into the internet? And now we have differences of between the major operating systems. First, we have to see what they do. What they do is that they start and shut down your computer. When you shut down your computer, you click, on a button, and it says shut down. That's one of the functions of operating system. And you have different programs on your computer, and you have different, memories, and it coordinates tasks and configures devices. They install printer, for example. This operating system connects and helps you to install your printer, and helps you to get to the internet. You click on that Internet Explorer, and you click on let's say Google Chrome, and it allows you to get into, or Microsoft Edge. It allows you to access internet. These are all functions of operating system. And it monitors the performance of your computer. It suppose tells you, oh, your battery is low. Go ahead and connect your computer to the get electricity. Therefore, as you see, these are the functions of operating system. Allows you to manage files. Do you see that when you want to create a folder, you right click, create a folder. These are all part of operating system. And it updates. Have you seen that it says it's time to update your computer? It sends you a note, or it tells you that you might have, your computer might have been infected with a virus. Therefore, these are all features of operating system. You will hear GUI, differences between GUI. The meaning of it is that graphical user interface. What does that mean? That means that if you want to close your computer, for example, you want to exit. Do you remember that you go on the top right, you click on that X? That X is a graphics that tells you if you click on that, you can close your computer. These days, as you know, we are using, GUI and GUI, the graphical user interface. Many years ago, 30, 40 years ago, if you wanted to shut down your computer or close your screen, you couldn't go there and click on that. There was not any X. You didn't have even the color. Everything, the screen was all black. And then, therefore, that means that they have changed, and now we are using, the graphics. For example, file, print. Before you had to click. They call it the disk operating system, Microsoft DOS. They called it. You had to manually type EXIT to close your computer. Therefore, you have different, and there are open and closed source. Open source is when there are programs that are available. Everybody has its hands on it. You can go and use those programs, revise them. But there are some programs that are closed source, like Microsoft Word, that you install your computer. That program, no one has access to it except Microsoft, the codes that they have. Therefore, you will have, some of you have heard of the new Chinese, AI tool that they call it DeepSeek, that is challenging the open AI's, ChatGPT. That's an open source, which means everybody can use its program. The programmers can expand it, revise it, and But ChatGPT's source is not an open source, and therefore, we different types of operating system. Those of you who buy computers excuse me, by Dell computer, you will see this. The operating system that you have is Windows. And then for Mac OS, you buy Mac. Comes from Macintosh many years ago. Apple bought the company of Macintosh, and therefore they use their own operating system, and Unix, and Linux, and of course Google has its own operating system that they call it Chrome OS, and they are some of these operating system, I think this Linux or Unix, they are open source, but there are others that are not. Now here we are talking about servers. You are wondering what we mean when we say server. We have different servers. You are already familiar with personal computers, but there are different, systems that are not necessarily used in computers. Don't use those systems necessarily for the same purpose that we are using our computers. Our computers are for personal use. Therefore, some servers that are called, let's say, mail servers. That means the responsibility of that computer specifically is for emails. There are computers, and those computers, you and I don't have them. Maybe Google has them, a lot of them. And these computers are the ones, when you create a Gmail account, it goes to that server. That server manages your password and stores your email and everything, That's called the mail server. Then there might be another computer, another server, which is called for example, a web server. When you design a website, your website is not stored, the design of it or everything, is sent to a web server. Therefore, these are special purpose computers that they call them servers. It's just like you go to bank, employee of the bank, put your account number, that computer, although you see that computer is similar to our computer, which is correct. It has keyboard, it has monitor, but behind the scene, there is another computer, which is a server that may be specifically designed for banking. Do you see that? Therefore, there are different types of, servers, and there are different types of operating system for, mobile devices. And you have Android, which are, for some smartphones using Android, and, Apple uses iOS. Now, what do desktop computers do for us? They have, when you have Windows installed, for example, on this computer, you will have menus, you have dialog boxes. Dialog boxes are the boxes you click, and they come and ask you a question. Let's say if you want to print something, you click on it, and then it asks you how many pages you want to print. That's a box, dialog box, that is asking you questions. And therefore, file, we have data files, and we have executable files, and extension, file extension, has .docx, for example, .exe, and you are familiar with folders. And let's see, and here it is. And then we are going to talk how operating systems work and how they function. And what the purpose of an operating system is coordinating resources and activities, and manages interactions. Suppose you have a file, you click file, save as. Therefore, it is a function of the operating system that allows you to save a document on your desktop. And we have memories of the operating system. This memory can be volatile, non-volatile, which is permanent, random access memory, cache memory, which is very temporary, and virtual memory, and flash memory that you are familiar with this kind of And then how your computer, starts when you boot process. You have to plug your computer. The power supply brings electricity, and the process runs bootstrap, and then it executes several functions, and eventually the computer loads the system, and your computer starts operating system. And you have input devices, output devices, that we talked about it before. We said input devices are like microphone, keyboard. Output devices are like printers or speakers, and we explained all of this. And you can personalize your operating system and manage desktop windows. Suppose you want to, you want your screen to be brighter, darker, have a picture behind it, and you use these, features, and then customize it. And here it is. You change your brightness. You change the screen resolution. These are all functions of operating system. And pin frequently used apps. That means on taskbar. Do you see at the bottom of your taskbar, you might have your Microsoft Word, and for convenience, you have put it there, and that is allowed by operating system, allows you to do that and to make your job easier. And it allows you to, customize your software. You install programs on your computer. You download them. That's the operating system that allows you, to do that. Minimize your screen, maximize your screen. All of these, and then it allows you to customize other tools. Let's say your keyboard, you want your keyboard is typing very fast, you want it to slow. Your mouse is, slow, fast. Operating system allows you to, monitor it. And then do you see maximize the screen, minimize? You are all familiar with this. Therefore, these are the functions of operating system. Then we come here, program folder windows. Therefore, you know that you save things on Windows folders, and they are all, and it is asking tile, icon, button. How do you like to see these, these buttons? Do you want them to see in small icons? Do you want to see them larger? Do you want to see them vertical? Therefore, it allows you to customize, and there are administrative tools that how your battery is going to be used. You want to shut down your computer, or you want to put it on sleep mode. That is the operating system allows you to do that. And then you all know what recycle bin is, and you send the files to the recycle bin, trash recycle. These are all functions of operating system. And you all know about this chapter, but it's a matter of just, learning more about terminology, and what control panel is, and you can, do things. Dialog boxes sometimes give you options, whether it is a radio button, that those are circles, or if it is a square, you can, checkbox or list boxes. These are all you have seen, and they communicate with you that, to see what options you are interested and you choose from. And it allows you to install files and, all those functions. And you can create user accounts. Two people want to use your computer. You log off, another person comes on, log in with his or her, login name. Therefore, these are the functions that the operating system allows. And you know how to manage files. Suppose you click, your instructor says that send the files to a zip folder. Therefore, that is a function of operating system. And you come here and talks about the size of the files, gigabytes, megabytes, gigabytes. When we say giga, always think about it. It's billions. Kilo means in, metric system means thousand. Mega, is millions. And then you have these days, you see tera, and on that, because billions have, 9 zeros, most likely tera has 12 zeros. Millions have 6 zeros. Kilo has 3 zeros. Therefore, these are terminologies you want to be familiar, and you know how to file, save as, copy, paste, all of this. Therefore, this is a chapter we want you also to familiar. Many of you already know. If you have any questions, you let us know. Here is a dialog box, for example, this screen that you see.